Hi everyone, it's Justin Young and I'm so excited to announce my brand new show, Songwriting Showcase Episode 1. It features an amazing cast of musicians. We've got the First Lady in Smooth Jazz, Miss Gail Jhonson. On trumpet, Mr. Rountree. On flute, Kim Scott. And last but not least, on keyboards, Mr. Jesse Thompson. You know, it's all about the song, and this show is all about songwriting. Hi everyone, we're so excited to start the show here, and before we bring on our first guest, I wanted to kind of give you an intro for the show. You know, a lot of people ask me, Justin, how do you know you have a great song? And that is actually a really good question, and the gauge of being at a live show and performing it live is not quite the gauge that I use, because oftentimes when I'm performing live, you know, you'll have friends around, you'll have the ambience of the venue, you'll have the stage performance, which is different than the song performance itself. So I often use a different gauge. It's oftentimes I'll listen to the song when I first wake up. For other people that may be, I don't know, 9 a.m. For me it's around 7 a.m. And I find that if I listen to the song when I first wake up, it often will tell me if it's really that good of a song, because you're often by yourself and you'll hear yourself talking to yourself saying, oh, you might be making excuses for the song. So anyways, that's kind of my gauge. I hope it helps other people, and this show is all about the song, and it's all about the songwriting. Right now you guys are in my vocal booth. I've got some keyboards set up. I do some pre-production here, and we're gonna bring out our first guest soon. Alright guys, so let's kick off the show with the one and only First Lady in Smooth Jazz, Miss Gail Jhonson.
Hi Justin, hi everyone. I'm Gail Jhonson, your First Lady of Smooth Jazz.
Good to see you, Gail.
I'm so happy to be included on the Songwriters Showcase. What have I been doing the past year? I've been recording and connecting with everyone, and this has really been some time to get a lot of things done that I hadn't had time to do before, by being on tour with Norman Brown or being on tour with Jazz and Pink. So I basically turned my house into a musical shrine. I converted my garage into a live studio. I have drums and bass and guitar amps and keyboards and PA system and all that stuff set up down there. And of course, here in my studio, I've been recording. The current CD is called Joy,
awesome.
Jazz and Pink featuring Gail Jhonson. And so I've been very, very happy about that. You know,
great, Gail.
A couple of tracks went on the charts and all that good stuff. Joy,
gotta have Gail on the charts.
Kim Waters, and Positivity with Kim Scott, and Keystroke with Sekou Bunch, and of course Paul Jackson Jr. and guitar on everything. So
he's the man.
So it's been good. You know, it's been bittersweet. You know. Not being able to be on the road and be at the festivals and kick it with everybody, but I think I've made the best use of the time recording. I had already invested in a lot of recording equipment, so I've been learning how to use it mostly.
Awesome.
And like I said, producing, I've been producing a lot of people, and so I've been getting my producer skills together, so that's been a lot of fun, because as a composition student, you know, writing is really my forte, and of course it assisted my music directing skills as well. But yeah, that's what I've been doing the past year.
Awesome, Gail. So tell us, what did you think about the track that I wrote for you?
Well, Justin and I have already written 3 songs together. One was called On the Way Here, and I was flying from LA to Michigan, and then when we got there, we did a minor groove, and that was so funky. And then we did the ballad, Just Her and I, or something like, I forget the name of it, but all 3 of the songs were so beautiful.
So much fun.
You know, Jim, his dad, mixed everything, and we recorded at their home studio. And so that really inspired me to really up my game and get my room together, get my live room together, so that I could have musicians over and to record and, you know, experiment with the sounds that I would like to have. But I think I think Justin Young is just one young, ambitious, driven musician, entrepreneur, songwriter, and I just love the new song. I can't wait to continue working on it. I've already started working. I've laid it out. I got my whole little formula, but he gave me all the tools that I need to really have a good groove and have a good sonic quality to start with. So that always helps, when you have someone that appreciates all the elements that really needs to make a song, rhythm, melody, and harmony. And I think Justin really captured all that in this song. So I can't wait to share it with you all.
All right, Gail. Well, we can't wait to hear it on your new record. That's going to be so much fun.
Why do I keep playing music? They call me the queen of tenacity. Didn't you know that? But I love it. I love music, and I love you too, Justin. Thank you so much for including me and for appreciating my art. And we're gonna do some more things, and let's get a Grammy for this one, huh?
There you go. The new tracks on Gail's upcoming album I wrote for her. You guys, it's gonna be a great song. Up next, our next artist on the Songwriting Showcase is Kim Scott on flute. Check her out. Here she is.
So what have I been doing the last year during the pandemic? I've spent a lot of time creating, getting back to practicing more. That's something that we performing artists don't get to do as much since we are off and on stage. So spending time with the instrument, writing a lot of new music. I do have a new album coming out in 2022. I have a new single out right now that was inspired by this crazy thing we're going through. I called it Back Together Again because now that the vaccine is out, that's what we want. We want to be back together again with our friends and our family. So I spent a lot of time connecting with fans in non-traditional ways. I was reaching out through social media, performing concerts on social media, posting performance videos whenever I could on social media. I also spent time writing to fans more through my newsletter, which people can sign up for at kimscottmusic.com. So it's been great to spend time with family, get back to just the art of creating for creation itself, right? And I hope that people will enjoy the fruits of that labor for all the music that's come out of this time. I wanted to record a song with Justin because I know that he's a gifted writer. I know that he's a very talented and energetic artist himself. I play his music on my radio show, Kim Scott's Block Party Radio, which airs all across the world. And he's just a huge talent. He reached out to me to let me know that he had a couple of tunes that may fit my style and my sound. And I was really excited to hear the concepts that he had. And I ended up choosing one of them. So I'm excited about it. I'm not going to tell you the name of it yet because we're still tweaking that. But I think you'll love it. I think it's going to be a really spirited number, a real funky number that you're going to dig quite a bit. I keep playing music because I love it. I absolutely love it. I love how it makes me feel. I love that it speaks to my soul. It speaks to my heart. I love that it can elevate your mood. It can set the mood just right for you depending on what you're listening to. I love that through my music, I'm able to affect other people's emotions and inspire them. There's nothing more special to me than being on stage performing and looking out into the audience to see sheer enjoyment on the faces of my audience members, or to see them singing along the lyrics that I've written. That just makes me so happy that I can positively influence the community. I love it. I am so honored by the opportunity to do what I do and to share my gift with the world. What gives me hope to continue writing and performing? The audience. I think about my contribution to the world. I think about the legacy that I want to leave. And I want people to feel something really special when they hear my music. I want them to feel it as something authentic, something that touches their souls, something that's classic that they could listen to for years and years and years and share with their family and their friends. And, I just want to continue being a person that exudes light and peace and love.
Our next guest on the Songwriting Showcase is Mr. Lynn Rountree. Lynn and I are from Detroit, Michigan, and we grew up playing performances together. We actually had a show with Alexander Zonchek, and he's just a phenomenal trumpet player, very inspiring musician. You guys are right here in my live room of my Las Vegas recording studio. I've got the drums in here. We record drums and bass, guitar, and lots of drums, and I'm just so excited to share this songwriting showcase. What have you guys thought so far? Amazing guests, right? Gail, Jhonson, Kim Scott, and you're about to hear from Lynn Rountree as well as keyboardist Jesse Thompson. Keep it right here. Here is Lynn Rountree.
I've been doing this last year in these challenging times, man. Like most of us, times are unprecedented. We didn't know how this year would play out. We had no idea how every other day would play out. So we kind of, went back to what we know best, and that's playing music, creating music. And what we actually found in this process is time for me personally to be able to reflect, time to be able to try and sort out where my career was, what I needed to do to take the next steps in my career. Obviously, the time off of having to be on the road every other weekend gave me an opportunity to practice, gave me an opportunity to improve in some areas where I thought I needed some improvement, but didn't have an opportunity to because I was always playing, always getting ready for shows. Now I could get back to fundamentals, to doing things that I know I needed to be doing. Also gave us an opportunity to write and create music, which is, I think, the biggest plus, because again, if you're on the road, you're always coming and going, and you're not able to record at the pace that you want to record because it's always rushed. Sometimes good things come out of things that you do fast, but that you do last minute and put pressure on. But this gave me opportunity to figure out where my sound was, what I really wanted to do, and not be rushed into creating and writing music. So in and of itself, it was a blessing in disguise, particularly for musicians who are out there, who are always on the go, to kind of take a step back, slow down, revisit some fundamentals, and get some good writing and good recording. And man, we got some good stuff coming out for you real soon this year. We got some good stuff coming out that's a product of having to be shut in.
So Lynn, let's talk about the song that we did together.
What made me want to record one of Justin's songs? Well, Justin and I developed a friendship over the years, obviously from the same hometown. We've known each other for quite some time. I got an opportunity to play with Mr. Alexander Zonchek a few years back and talked about potentially doing some collaborating. So as things go, their time goes by, and as I mentioned before, in this shut-in, you're able to go back and reflect and see what kind of sound you want. And lo and behold, in the nick of time, we had, for my CD, we had really gotten all the songs together that I wanted for the project, and I was in the process of going through all of those songs to figure out what complements what on the album, because not all the songs that we create and we write end up going on the same album, because I look at my albums as a story, almost as a DJ would look at a dance set. I mean, how do songs flow with each other? How does this concept of this album work? And does this particular song, which may be a great song, but does it actually work for this particular CD and the concept of this CD? And I'm very particular about that. And we were on maybe the last couple of songs to figure out where we wanted to go, and had a couple songs, and then Justin reached out and said, "Hey man, I got some tunes you may want to listen to." And after listening, I heard a song that really fit me. It's called Dream. It's actually going to be on this next next album of mine. It's going to be in Fluid. It closes out the album, and it's a beautiful melody. It's a beautiful song, a beautiful set of chords that he sent, and he sent it as a rough. And I said, "Hey man, that's great right there. We don't need to add anything else to it. Just guitar, percussion, and trumpet. I always want a song like that I can just play, and I can, exude emotion without all the other elements of the production going in, and you can kind of getting lost in the sauce. So I want people to hear these chords, and I want people to hear the emotion coming out of the end of that horn. And when you guys hear Dream, it's it actually makes you think and feel like you're dreaming, in a place that's so content, and it feels so good. And that's the place that I felt when I heard these chords and when I had that concept in my head. So I heard the chords, and the concept in my head actually came together. And while we had a couple other songs to kind of look through to go on the CD, I think we already had enough strong, heavy produced songs on the CD, and I just wanted this pure one. And that's why I did this particular song. It's called Dream. So, look out for it. CD's going to be out soon. Check out Dream. Yours truly, and Mr. Justin Young, y'all.
That was so much fun to work with you, Lynn. So excited. We got a song on your upcoming album, Fluid.
Well, I make music because it blesses people. And no matter how up or down I get, sometimes about the industry, about the challenges in the industry that we face, the reason why I continue to create music, and I'm right now on my 7th project, which means I've got, well over 70 songs out there to my name that I've recorded and released, not to mention probably about another 30 to 40 songs that I've recorded with others, recorded and produced or produced for other people. So we've got a lot of music out there, and I time and time again, whenever I'm depressed, or whenever I feel down, or whenever I feel like, I don't know if my music's making a difference or anybody's listening, I go back and look at some of the comments, some of the random, unsolicited comments that I get on social media posts, or on some YouTube posts, or on Spotify, or wherever, iTunes, wherever you go, and people can leave messages who don't even know you, who only know you through your music. And some of the posts that are very passionate and deep about the music, and tell a story about, hey, I was driving and your music lifted me up, or this is a great tune, it always makes me feel good, I come back when I want to feel a certain way. I make music for that, and I may never ever meet these people, I may never know who these people are, but it's the one thing that never fails, that will always forever continue to keep me grounded, and knowing that what I'm doing is touching somebody, is making somebody feel good. So that's the number one reason why I create this music. Number two is because it makes me feel good. I've got something to say. I may not always be able to say it in my words, but I can certainly say it through my music, and I can leave a legacy of music and leave my imprint on this world, on this earth. So that's why I do it. Thank you. Lynn Rountree. Check me out if you want to hear more of me, more of this music that I make. Go to linrountreemusic.com, LIN, RountreeMusic.com, and from there you can check me out and hook up with me on social media, sign on to my newsletter. But all in all, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Justin Young, my brother. Thank you, man. Peace.
All right, that was Lynn Rountree right there. I wrote a song for him called Dream on his latest CD, Fluid. It's a great CD. Check it out. And, Lynn was talking about how we grew up in Detroit together. We performed a show with Alexander Zonchak in Detroit. And a lot of what I hope you're getting out of the songwriting showcase is there's a lot of influences and similarities that people have in common that just help them work together. So our next guest is from Ohio, and he goes by Jesse Thompson. If you haven't heard of him before, that's okay. You've probably seen him on stage with Eric Darius's. He's Eric Darius's musical director, and Jesse is just a phenomenal keyboard player. Just released a new single, and I wrote a song for Jesse, and so I can't wait for you to meet him. Amazing keyboard player. Here we go, Jesse.
Hi, I'm Jesse JT Jazz Thompson. This last year has been a very challenging year. It's been very challenging and difficult in terms of performance, and also in terms of definitely being able to engage and react with your audience and with your fan base. 2020 was very hard with COVID, and then now that we're in 2021, the transition was better than expected for some, but we're still dealing with some of the complications and some of the challenges of the COVID-19 virus. However, things are starting to pick up a little bit and turn around and shift. But it was very, very difficult. It was very challenging. All of the performances, all the tours, all the festivals were just shut down. They were canceled. And that really hurts as an artist and as a musician, especially when you're so used and to being engaged and connected with your fan base, and you look forward to meeting people, to seeing people, to interacting with them. It just really, really puts a damper on things. And to be honest, it was basically a depression. It was a depression state for many of us. For me, I felt depressed and felt like, wow, what's happening? But thankfully, things are on the upturn now. And 2021, there's still some things that are not that are still postponed until 2022. But for the most part, things are starting to turn again for the better for us artists. So that makes a big difference. On the other side of that, although it was a catastrophic situation and year going in and coming into this year, we're still able to do some recording and some collaborating with different artists and producers and writers. So, the one way of me being able to still share my artistry was making sure that I could, get on the social media platforms and do live streaming, do some pre-recorded sessions, created some new songs. I've written a new single, Weekend Groove, which is featuring an artist by the name of Althea Renee that I collaborated with. So that was really, really good in terms of me being able to share my artistry. Although we were in, or we're still in, the actual pandemic, this still allowed me to be able to get out and get music and material to my listeners and to be able to uplift spirits, although we're going through a very, very trying time.
So what made you want to record the song I wrote for you?
I want to do this song was when I heard it. It's very smooth, chill, laid back, and it's a really nice, catchy tune that I think is really it's something that will attract listeners as they listen to it on the radio, in their vehicles, work, running, jogging, whatever that they do. It's a very good tune. Sometimes as artists and musicians, we have so much going on in our head that we could do very complex things, whether it be a complex run or some really tricky, complex voicings with chording or with patches and that sort of thing. But with this tune, it was different. This tune, it allowed us to take a step back and to understand that simple is good and that the groove is really good. So it's something that's very enjoyable. So the song is very, I was attracted to it right away when I heard it. And so just ecstatic about doing the song. But another reason for me wanting to do the song was, it's more than just playing with someone. It's more than just collaborating with another artist or a writer or producer. It's about the connection. And having that connection with Justin, we kicked it off, right from the get-go, right from the bat. With my background and his background and everything that we have done, it may not have been together at the time, but we have made some impact with some artists and other groups, and those artists and groups have made an impact on our lives. So there's a very good commonality there, some common backgrounds that we have and that we share. So that connection is very important, because without the connection, you can make music all you want, you can play with whoever all you want, but if the connection is not there, then it's nothing but merely just distant music or distant notes. And for me, myself, I don't want to just be heard. I want you to feel the music. I want you to feel what I'm doing and what I'm expressing. So as an artist, that's my goal. So this song is something that I was really happy to be a part of. And simply put, the connection with Justin, that's what did it for me.
Likewise, Jesse. So why do you keep playing music, Jesse? And what gives you hope?
Well, the reason why I keep playing music is one word: love. I'll just keep it real. Love. I love music. Music is my first love. Music allows me to express. Music can calm the savage beast. Music is so soothing. It can change atmospheric conditions. It can really make it where, what you play impacts a person's life. And it impacts my life as an artist. So I love music. And to me, music is everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's music. Everywhere you look and whatever you watch on TV or movies or on the internet or whatever, there's music involved. Every commercial, TV show. So music is definitely a universal language, and I simply keep playing it because I love it. I loved it since the day I was born. But another thing is, to answer the second part of that, like what gives me hope every day to continue writing and performing, it would be love again, but it would be love of the listeners, the listening audience, to the fans. Because I love being able to see their expressions on their faces, whether it's they're clapping their hands, they're snapping their fingers, bobbing their head, understanding and loving the groove, or patting their foot. That sort of thing I love because we're getting through to them. And to also hear them, come back with feedback, said, man, wow, man, that song, I love that song, or man, I love what you did on this, or that song really gave me hope or inspired me. Those are the kind of things that make me feel like I've done my job, because again, I don't want to just be heard. I want to be felt. I want the music to feel where I'm coming from, what I'm saying, and I want to be able to get through. That way it's not just, a hollow moment. And, not only is music a universal language for me, but it's also a wave tool. So when I say a wave tool, meaning that it can penetrate through things that nothing else can. Even if you're a deaf person, they may not be able to hear the tones, but they can feel the wave frequencies, and they can feel what's being expressed dynamically, and all of that, the expressions, they can feel it. So that there is amazing to me. It's sound, it's movement, it's something that goes through the air that allows a beautiful language to be dealt with, or a beautiful language to be expressed. So, being able to know that that's there, and just loving to be around the people, being able to engage and interact with them, and they can interact with me as an artist, I just simply love that. That's something that I really look forward to. And although we're still in an unprecedented time, things are going to turn up the right way. And when they do, we'll be right back out there performing for the people, for the fans, showing and expressing our thank you and our gratitude. And we'll just keep it going, because without the fans, who's listening? So I look forward every day to performing and recording, because I simply love the fans, the people. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jesse. I want to say a big thank you to everyone that's been a part of Songwriter Showcase Episode 1. That's Gail Jhonson, Kim Scott, Lynn Rountree, and of course Jesse Thompson. You guys, thank you so much for being part of it. We're working on episode number 2, and I hope you've learned and gotten a chance to know some new artists. I'm thankful that I've written songs for each of them for their upcoming albums, so check it out. And in the meantime, keep writing, stay creative, and keep your heads up, everyone. It's gonna get better. In the meantime, I'm back to write more songs. See ya!